I'm director Timothy Tao, and I'm here with the cast, my amazing cast of the short film The Case. We have as a lead Max Phyo, who's a Korean American, Cyndee San Luis, our amazing lead actress, she's Filipino American, and Hidekun Hah, who is Japanese American and Korean. Yeah, so The Case started out as part of the interpretations contest. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but it was the UFN Me, UFN My Family put on this contest that you have to make a 3-minute film, and it has to only use 4 lines of dialogue. And the first line was it's not something I do. The second line is well. The third line is it's not what I expected. And the fourth line is you sure. And so as you can imagine, there was just tons of just very interesting different entries from all different genres, and it was really great too, because I feel really pumped that getting a chance to screening at the LA festival, because Justin Lin, his opening night film Fast Five, and Justin Lin, really the whole he was basically the UFN Me, UFN My Family was basically his brainchild, and he's really supportive of this next community of filmmakers by having this contest. And so I was really inspired by that, and the idea that I wanted to do was just to throw in as many genres as possible and just have film noir and horror,
definitely
camp,
film noir,
film noir, sci-fi, and there's some spaghetti western, and I always view the film as like the bastard child of Quentin Tarantino, Ed Wood, and there's a third person, Tim Burton almost,
and me,
and Scott Erickson as well.
Don't forget Scott.
Don't forget, Scott was on the top of my list, but I just happened to forget him. But it was really just really wanted to pay homage to just the concept of genre, and it was like a love letter to genre, and it's really just underneath the overarching structure of a detective film. So it's really just a duck press of completely different genres from all over, but done in a way that is really, like other filmmakers like Godard and some other filmmakers really try to combine different genres, and I wanted to do something but with a detective in a detective style. Breathe, because we shot it initially on a Canon 5D and just everything was in color, but once Rick Darge, who's the cinematographer, he's an Emmy award-winning cinematographer, by the way, so really glad to have him on the project. But as soon as he applied the black and white, we're doing just different color correction things with the black and white, I just instantly knew that it was right. And there's some scenes where you can see the lighting go through, and just very noirish, and I just wanted to pay tribute to that whole style. Yeah, it's actually like a combination of ideas I've been thinking of. I'm a writer first and foremost, so a lot of fiction that I write. This was like a novel idea, I always thought the novel that I envisioned with this character and sort of like this world that's a hybrid between the futuristic and the historic was a novel idea I've always been thinking of. And so I just wanted to do like a brief sampling of what that world would look like, and just playing around with just throwing in more cinematic things like genre and just having it more of a movie. But it's always been like a piece of a larger idea.
It was kind of interesting, the script, because he is like an old school detective, but the film is set in the future. So I thought that was kind of a cool little twist to play with. And this guy is, he's just like a guy's guy. And he gets the job done. He's been around the block a bunch of times. And so when a client comes in, asks him to do something, he thinks about it for a second. He's seen it 100 times before. He's not surprised by anything, and he's not really excited about anything either, this guy. He's just, at this point in his career and his life, he's just like grinding it out to get the money, and that's the kind of character I am.
This whole process of filmmaking, it's a collaborative effort.
Yeah.
We're all telling the story
Exactly.
together. So Max have a different perspective of his character, which you may not realize,
Right.
which might add something more to the story. So I think that
Right.
this whole filmmaking, it's not about the directors, this is the way you have to do it. It's a collaborative effort, because then everybody brings something different to the table, I think. Dr. Acula, in the future, I'm a businessman / vampire, but then the main thing is I want to be accepted. I think I'm very misunderstood, my character. The reason why I kidnap her is that obviously, me and him, me and Max, our characters have a very long relationship. He actually knows the truth about me, which it's almost like about society. I'm just trying to hide who I am, and be accepted by society, and you got people who just want to bring me out and show them, tell the world and try to judge me, and then I figure for me my motivation was that he's just one of those people that don't understand, and that's why you driving me to these drastic measures right now. And then the wonderful thing about Tim is that he lets you as a director that I'm not trying to kiss your ass. No, but I mean he's really open to just taking input. Some of the things he might say, okay, great, and then say forget about it. But then he really listens, and then when you work with him on set, one thing about him is that he lets you be creative. He just lets you go all the way there with it. Doesn't matter how. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop now. I got
your checks in the mail, man.
No, but I mean,
but
it's just. I think it's not about the whole vampire crime boss kind of thing. I think it's maybe I'm wrong, Tim, but I just feel like for me, my interpretation was it's just about society, how people misunderstand people, and then you got people who are very old-fashioned, traditional, that can't accept other people outside what they view as what's normal, and then me, I guess, being pushed to the limit. People do drastic measures, just get them out of my hair and all that. That's what it comes down to.
I think initially, that it's about finding her sister, but she has deeper, darker secrets than that. Maybe if it's to be continued, I think.
Do tell.
Yeah.